Hello, I'm Kathy Smith, one of the co-founders of BCC, Bank Compensation Consulting, and we're going to talk a little bit about what BCC does in the BOLI and non-qualified benefit plan market. We work with our bank clients to help them attract, retain, and reward key people, and we do that by utilizing a bank-owned life insurance product that helps them figure out how to pay for these types of programs as they accomplish those goals. We have worked with over 600 banks nationwide. We are independently owned with no third-party debt. We are SOX certified, which is important to our clients. And another thing is we do all of our administration in-house. So I've been working with one of my partners and co-founders, Kelly Earls, for the last 30 years. And in that process, we work with our banks and with our banks' advisors, their attorneys, their CPAs, to properly implement these types of plans. Bank-owned life insurance, it's not a new thing on the street. It's been around for a long time. And 66.8% of all banks nationwide own BOLI. You can see here by the different size banks, even less than $100 million banks own bank-owned life insurance. When you purchase BOLI, you're allowed to do this by the regulators. However, there are certain rules that you must follow. And those rules are, the guidance is Interagency Statement 2004-56, which we follow in helping navigate that with our clients. There's also IRS rules and there's insurance law. There are different types of things we have to make sure that our clients are complying with. And there are different types of BOLI. So we help navigate all of that in looking at designing a plan for our clients. There are two approaches that the regulators allow you to take when purchasing bank-owned life insurance. One is a tactical approach. That approach simply says a bank doesn't want to implement additional benefit plans. They just want to help offset indirectly their existing employee benefit expenses. That includes their group medical, dental, vision, short and long-term disability, a 401k employer match, or other types of pension plans or profit sharing, group insurance of any nature like group life insurance. Then there is a strategic approach, which I'll get into a little bit later. Our firm has access to the highest rated carriers in the nation, and that includes Northwestern Mutual, Mass Mutual, New York Life, Protective, to name a few, the highest rated carriers, and most of our competitors don't have access to all of them. When a bank is looking at BOLI, they are looking at an alternative asset. Let's say they've got a bond coming due, a taxable bond that's earning 3%, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with that. So they were earning $150,000 minus tax of $31,500, which is just the federal level. If you're in a state with state income tax, that would also be included. So the net earnings in my example is $118,500. You reposition that asset to bank-owned life insurance at 4.73%. Now you're earning $236,634 with no tax. As long as you hold that asset to maturity, which is the death of the insured, this is a non-taxable earnings and non-taxable death benefit. So you picked up $118,134 in earnings in just the first year, and that amount is going to go up every year. We then use that to help design the benefit plan so that it's accretive to the bottom line. It's important to look historically over time at what the rates have done, the BOLI rates. And when you look historically, the red line is the Fed fund rate, the green line is the 5-year Treasury, and the blue line on top is the BOLI. This is 10 years worth of data, which shows you even during previous inverted yield curves, the BOLI asset is steady Eddie on the balance sheet. It's not going to be the highest performing, certainly not the lowest. It's a really high credit quality, steady Eddie asset. The yields today for those purchasing new BOLI range from Northwestern Mutual 5.08, Mass Mutual 4.82. These are all, again, non-taxable. They're tax-free. New York Life 4.30, Protective 4.79, some of the highest rated carriers in the country. So now let's talk about the strategic approach, non-qualified deferred compensation plans. BOLI wraps around all of these, where the tactical is the standard benefits, and then you start getting into annual cash incentives. But the real key in handcuffing all levels of officers and employees is short-term deferred incentives. Then there's long-term wealth accumulation and equity plans. So one of our most popular plans has become the short-term incentive plan. This can be designed for anyone, typically officer level, but you can take it all the way to young loan officers or all loan officers that you want to retain and reward because they're doing a great job, in addition to those that have been around and are already established in your bank. So this is a great plan because you don't have to wait till retirement to get the benefit. It's short-term in nature, typically anywhere from a 3 to an 8-year deferral before your benefits start paying out. So it's very popular, very common in today's market. We also typically tie this to incentives. So we create scorecards for your key people that here are the goals they have to meet in order to earn this extra bonus. Another type of plan which is tried and true is the salary continuation plan, or also known as a SERP, Supplemental Executive Retirement Plan. These are just for more like the C-suite, key senior executive level, because there are IRS restrictions on how many people can actually and who can actually be in this plan. Again, it's still a handcuff because if they leave you, they can forfeit this benefit. So it's a great way to retain your key executives. Another popular plan is equity. But most of our community banks don't want to do real equity, restricted stock, or stock options, although it's an option for them. They're more interested in not being dilutive to their shareholders, so they look at stock appreciation rights, which is the future appreciation and growth of your stock value, or performance stock units, which is current and future growth. And that could be known also as like phantom stock. So these have also become very popular because if you're trying to recruit someone and they were coming away from owning stock in another bank, they have the opportunity here to look and feel like a shareholder, again, without being dilutive. What are the benefits to you as an ICBA member bank? We discount our fees on the design and implementation of our non-qualified deferred compensation plans. We will offer a complimentary audit on your existing BOLI to make sure you have the best products for your bank. And we'll do a complimentary audit of your existing benefit plan programs. So we're happy to help in any way. Please reach out if you would like our assistance. Have a great day.